Are Tesla shares overvalued? Let's have a look. Good morning, everyone. I'm Florian.Heise, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I'm working through my morning shine of coffee, and I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. I thought we'd have a look at just the, utterly amazing Tesla share price and comparisons being made between Tesla and Toyota. Now, I'm an architect. I'm just starting to learn about the share market and what's going on there. But to me, this, it reminds me more and more of what happened with crypto, with Bitcoin a few years ago. Just the insane climb. And I'm thinking, how is it really worth that much? Can it be worth that much? Do the fundamentals, because I keep hearing lessons from share investors, you need to look at the fundamentals. It seems to have all gone out the window. Is this just because money printer goes brr and the Federal Reserve is printing like crazy? Is it all the handouts that people are getting? Are they just chucking their money into Tesla? If you follow Wall Street Bets, what is it, Papa Tesla? They're putting everything there into him. So let's have a look. So when I captured this screenshot, it was at $1,389. It had gone up $18 since the last day. We can see just where it was in 2012. We can see down here in 2012 how it has just climbed up, and it's just gone literally to the moon. Now, as of recording right now, this morning, it's dropped down a little bit, down to 1368. So if we did it, maybe it jumped over. No, it didn't quite break $1,400 per share. Is it worth that much? Because there's one thing we can see right here on this chart. See this PE, profit to earning ratio? Yeah, it's not looking too good. Now the comparisons are being made to Toyota, where some are claiming that Tesla is now the most valuable vehicle company in the world. And yesterday, when I captured this data, Toyota shares were at 6,728 Japanese yen, which at the exchange rate then was about $62 per share, and their price to earnings ratio is 9.22. Look at the market cap, 21.95 trillion to 257 billion. Well, that's in yen to that. Well, what we'll do is we'll just calculate that. Oh no, we'll do that later. We can see just the fact that you've got a price to earnings ratio here, you don't even have one shown here. So let's have a look at a few other things. Who is buying these Tesla shares? Now, there is an app called Robinhood. Robinhood is a free trading app. Well, not a free trading app. It is a, commission-free trading app in the US that a lot of people use. A lot of newbie traders use. It's really quite simple, aimed at people just getting into shares. We don't have anything like it in Australia. It'd be good if we did. We've got low trading, but not like this. It's all designed on the phone. A lot of people use it. We can see here, this is Tesla. Okay, it went up to 1,400, at least on their platform. And see the green line. The green line, this is the number of holders. Retail holders, you'd say, because it's all the Robinhood people that are holding the Tesla shares. And you can see it's climbed to over 390,000. Look at the price. Now, there's also another famous stock that Robinhood users piled into. Hertz. We'll bring this up here, and I'll have a shot of coffee while you just take in this chart. Look at this. Look at that climb. We're heading towards 180,000 users holding some Hertz as the company went bankrupt. So a Robinhood, maybe they could be a good counter indicator. You can move against what the Robinhood traders are doing. Because people, they're seeing the share price, they're saying, wow, look here, they're seeing it at $4. Thinking, wow, that's cheap. It's going to definitely go back up to $20 again. I'll 5x my money. I'll be rich. Pile in. And it just keeps going down. The billionaires, the rich people, were selling their garbage to the small retail investors. We saw what happened with Virgin, with their administration. So there we have, two examples. We've seen, look at how they're all piling into Robinhood. Is it just people afraid of missing out, just jumping in? Just jumping in. Because we'll have a look. Let's have a look at Toyota's profits here. And this is their revenue from 2006 to 2020. And this is in US, so we can compare it. So Toyota annual quarterly revenue history and growth rate from 2006 to 2020. Revenue can be defined as the amount of money a company receives from its customers in exchange for the sale of goods or services. Revenue is the top line item on an income statement from which all costs and expenses are subtracted at the arrival of net income. So we can see here, revenue for the quarter ending March was $65.319 billion, a 5.42% decline year on year. Okay, and we have here Toyota's revenue for the 12 months ending March 30th, $275 billion. So their revenue is quite large. We can see here, this is the quarterly, their growth, year on year growth. So if we jump over here, I've got their profits up now. We can see the gross profit for the quarter ending 31st of March 2020 was $11.23 billion, a 2.93% decline. For the 12 months ending to March, it was a $49.7 billion, a 1.54% increase. So, Toyota's making profit. They're making profit. So let's have a look at Tesla. And what we'll do is actually, we will make it fair. Before we look at them, we'll look over here at their revenue. So their revenue for the quarter ending March 31st was $5.98 billion, a 31.8% increase. So their revenue has increased significantly. Tesla revenue for the 12-month ending the 31st of March was $26 billion. So a 15.18 increase. Remember, for Toyota, their revenues were $275 billion for the 12 months, and their profit was $49 billion. What do you think Tesla's profit is going to be? So let's jump back here and we'll have a look at Tesla's profit. So Tesla's gross profit for the quarter ending, or we'll do the year ending March 31st, 2020, was $4.73 billion, a 14.1% increase year over year. So their profits, they made a profit. Honestly, I'm surprised. They made nearly a $5 billion profit. Nearly a $5 billion profit. Okay. So, there we go. They are making a profit. So let's look at just the differences in the number of factories these businesses have. If we click here, we can see this is just the list of factories from Wikipedia of the list of Tesla factories. So they've got, in the UK, Lotus Cars, the Roadster factory in the US, Tesla factory in California. They've got one in the Netherlands. They've got one in Shanghai, a Gigafactory 3 and Gigafactory 4 in Germany, a future factory. Then if we have a look here at Toyota factories, we can have a look here just at the list. These are just the ones in Achai. There you go. So you can see, I'm not going to go through all of them, and in other countries. It's kind of sad that Australia's one is a former factory now, but they've got a lot of production facilities. They have a lot of production facilities. But, why? Why are these type of claims being made now? Have a look. Tesla overtakes Toyota as the world's most valuable car maker. As the world's most valuable car maker. So the shares are just going crazy. It's considered the most valuable one. They've made a profit, but Toyota's made a bigger profit. Toyota has a bigger footprint. Is this just people betting on hopes and dreams? Is it on the Musk effect? Shares of the electronic vehicle manufacturer climbed to record heights overnight, making Tesla the highest valued company or car company in the world. And don't get me wrong, I watched some YouTubers that drive the Tesla cars, and they love them. They rave about them. But they're a luxury item. They're definitely a luxury item. I've got a Toyota Camry, a hybrid. You know, I love the fact that it's a hybrid. It saves me a lot of money on petrol. And it's a Toyota. They just run like nothing. You don't need to worry about them. So Tesla stock surged overnight in US trading, surpassing Toyota as the most valuable car maker in the world. Shares of the American electric vehicle manufacturer climbed by 5% in early trading to a record $1,133. Well, there we go. See, this article's a few days out of date. It's higher than that. It's nearly hitting 1,400. So if you had bought then, given the company a market value of $209.5 billion, Toyota is valued at $202 billion. Despite Tesla having never reported a full year of profit and selling only 367,200 vehicles last year, investors regarded the manufacturer as being more valuable than Toyota. Now, is this reality? Is it actually more valuable than Toyota, or is this just showing you that the share market has completely decoupled from fundamentals? That the fact that you've got so many, noobs in there, I doubt that maybe they are moving the price. Well, look, it's correlating right here. It's correlating. What do you think? Do you think the retailers are moving the Tesla price? Is that what's having this effect? Toyota sold 10.46 million vehicles and recorded around 10 times the revenue of Tesla in 2019. 3 days ago, founder Elon Musk emailed employees of Tesla encouraging them to go all out in an effort to get the car manufacturer to break even. In late June, Tesla placed last in a rank of new car quality. Well, there you go. I mean, Tesla stock more than doubled in value since late January. This is with the US facing record unemployment rates. It just has to be money printer go brewer and people just getting free money and chucking it at the market. Is that what is happening? Is that what is happening? Someone who understands it, can you let me know in the comments, guys? Am I doing this wrong? Is looking at the fundamentals wrong? Is it all about the story? Is it all about the story? But have we seen the top break? Have we seen the top break? By market capitalization, Tesla is now worth more than twice that of General Motors, Ford, and Daimler combined. I mean, there you go. There are just some crazy things happening in the US market. Tesla is hoping to be able to report 4 consecutive quarters of profit, which would make it eligible for inclusion in the S&P 500. If it succeeds, the company would be ranked around 20th, placing higher than Exxon, Mobil, Netflix, and Coca-Cola. So, I mean, there you go. But there's another interesting article that I thought we should at least have a quick look at, and this is from Bloomberg. Is Tesla bigger than Toyota or not? Well, it's complicated. This is interesting. Market values differ if treasury shares are counted or not. Toyota holds about 14% of its own shares, worth $30 billion. So if you count the shares that Toyota holds, that's going to make a difference. Last week, Tesla Inc. CEO Elon Musk liked a tweet that read, "Tesla is now officially the most valuable automaker of all the world. Congratulations." So, I mean, what have they done? Is it just because of the money printing, or am I doing this stock market investigation wrong? Are we not meant to look at the fundamentals? Are we not meant to look at reality? It's clown world, isn't it? The tweet showed a screenshot of a well-shared Google sheet created by Reddit user under BrandDude87, listing the world's top 25 automakers by value. The sheet showed Tesla above Toyota Motor Corp for the first time, with a market value of $183.7 billion versus Toyota's $178.78 billion. There you go. You got Volkswagen, Honda, Daimler. There's just one problem. Many investors, including those using financial data terminals such as Bloomberg's, were seeing something very different, that Tesla still had to gain more than $25 billion in market value to surpass Toyota. So who was right? Well, it's complicated. So are people just jumping into Tesla for the hope of the future that it's going to be, the electric car manufacturer for the entire world? Is it that difficult a moat to compete with? I'm sure, Toyota, they also already have electric vehicles. They've got fantastic hybrids. Will it be that hard for them to pivot over to complete electric? I can't imagine it would be. And sure, they've got their auto-driving cars, but there's a lot of competition in the space, and there's a lot of people that are doing a lot smarter than Tesla. There's some that you can use just a normal mobile phone, and it allows a car to drive itself. It's insane. From a fresh... Okay, let's have a look. Everyone can agree that a company's market value or its market capitalization is determined by the amount of shares outstanding multiplied by its share price. But not everyone agrees on what should be counted in those shares outstanding. In recent years, Japanese companies have been expanding share buybacks to boost their returns to investors, and they have a tendency to hoard these shares, like with Toyota, which has been aggressively repurchasing its own stock over the past 6 years, holding more than any other company in Japan. Known in financial parlance as treasury stock, how the shares are accounted for varies from country to country. Some markets forbid holding of treasury shares entirely, while others have capped the amount that can be held. We can see here just the increase. When it comes to Japanese listed companies, treasury shares are typically included in quoted market cap figures. And when a company as valuable as Toyota holds as much as it does of its own stock, just over 14%, according to data compiled by Bloomberg, that can have a big impact on market capitalization. A ranking of companies by market value published monthly by the Tokyo Stock Exchange operator Japan Exchange Group Inc. shows market capitalization including treasury stocks and lists Toyota's market value at the end of May as 22 trillion yen, 205 billion, a figure which includes almost 30 billion in treasury shares. Excluding those holdings, it's only worth 18.8 trillion yen, 175 billion, according to Bloomberg calculations. That matches what you'd find on portals such as Yahoo Finance, the source of the calculations in the tweet Musk touted. Many calculations of market cap, including those of US-listed companies, don't include treasury shares, which aren't considered available to investors. Tesla, meanwhile, holds no treasury shares. What's the right apples-to-apples comparison if you're trying to determine which is the world's largest automaker? I'd say how many bloody vehicles they produce and if they're making a profit. You know, if they're the largest automaker. Now, here's a crazy idea. Maybe we look at the number of cars they make. You know, not the valuation, not the share price. Because now, I mean, this is just funny money. It's just fiat money, isn't it? It's just getting printed out of nowhere. How many cars are they making? Who's winning there? How many people are driving Toyotas? You know, let us know in the comments. How many of you actually have a Tesla here in Australia? Be interesting to see compared to how many have Toyota. It's semantics, said Nick Reese, a money manager at Merck Investments. Market cap can be defined in different ways. It depends on what you're trying to get at. After a 6% jump in trading on Monday in the US, Tesla's $183.8 billion valuation was above Toyota's $175, less its treasury stocks. The amount of treasury shares held by Toyota has doubled since 2014, data compiled by Bloomberg shows. The company periodically uses portions of them for executive compensation plans or, most recently, selling some of them to Nippon Telegraph and Telephone Corp as part of a tie-up. I guess the treasury shares have some value as far as accounting treatment is concerned, says Michael Scholl at Market Field Assistant Management, but I think you could exclude them in a market cap comparison as long as you made it clear they exist. So who's in pole position? We can see here, if you count the treasury shares, Toyota still is ahead. In any case, perhaps it's not the right comparison to be made between a company that has made an average of more than 2 trillion yen, 18.7 billion, in net income for each of the last 6 years, and one that is yet to post an annual profit. There you go. There isn't a single person who thinks that simply because Tesla's market cap has come close to that of Toyota, that Tesla is a company that is on par with Toyota. Exactly. Exactly. This is just showing you the clown world that we're living in. I mean, is now the time to short Tesla, guys? You know, I was talking to a viewer who suggested I look at this, and I said, mate, short it. And he goes, yeah, but my balls aren't that big. I mean, could it shoot right up to 2,000? Could it shoot right up to 2,000? This is the thing. In reality, why is a company that's making hardly any profit and isn't even able to make enough profit concurrently to reach the S&P 500 worth so much? Aren't you meant to look at the market cap or compared to the assets that the company has? However, if you look 10 years down the road and factor in some extreme expectations, $1,000 a share or $1,100 may be appropriate in a decade. So there we go, everyone. Is this just, is Tesla overvalued? Is it the most, is it on par with Toyota? If we compare it to a business like Toyota, does it make sense? Does this insane price make sense? Or are we seeing just the Robinhood retailers plow in? What do you think? Are you going to be investing in Tesla? Are you going to short it? Or are you just going to watch from the sidelines and wait for all the Wall Street bets entertaining videos about where people made millions or lost millions? I hate to say I enjoy watching them. So there we have it, everyone. Just a really quick look at Tesla and comparing it to Toyota. Let me know what you think and what your opinion is. I'll let you know I'm biased. I've got a Toyota. I love it. It's a great car. But I don't think I'd turn down a Tesla if someone gave it to me. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. How are you planning to deal with this? Are you in the market or are you just watching? Take care. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us via using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy our merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next time.